Alright, so this is the second video for my LT2M project. The first video was just a shot of me starting the bike the first day that I got it running. Done a lot of work since then. Got a messy garage over here. And today I'm going to start reassembling the front end. And so we're going to put a fork tube together, and I'm going to do a video on that. Alright, so I've got everything laid out that I'm going to need to start reassembling the front end here. I took everything apart. Of course, we needed to use some new fork seals. The old school bearings were just free bearings in a race, so I'm going to replace those with a new tapered bearing set. This is what the old fork seals look like after removing those. Not too good. We got some new ones. We're going to put those in first. This is the outer nut. That's what it looks like on the fork seal side. The other side has got a fine thread on it. It's going to thread onto the outer tube. And so the first thing we're going to do is unpackage our new fork seals and put a little bit of grease on them and insert those into the outer nut. And you're going to want to make sure you've got a spring in there. You're going to want to make sure the tapered end and the spring go down. And so I'll get those in, and then we'll come back with the video here. Alright, so I very mercifully decided not to make the viewers sit through me trying to install these fork seals. There they are, they're inside there. And so now we're going to go ahead and get ready to reassemble one of these fork tubes. This is the inner tube right here. Got our repair manual ready to go. And this is an outer tube. So we're just going to go right along with the repair manual. Small spring. It's going to slip down in there over top of, can't really see it in this light, but over top of a guide pin that's inside there. Then there's a large spring that goes in. I can get it over top. There we go. And after that is just the upper spring seat, which right here goes on top right there, just like that. And finally, the inner tube, which has a retaining clip right here and another slide right here. On top of that, other way, slides our outer nut with the fork seal installed. And then you just got to compress the spring a little bit, get it started. It's very fine threads. You want to be careful not to gum those up. And it just threads over just like that. And then to get it tight, I didn't do a video on the removal, but it's the exact opposite of the process. So that's pretty easy. To get it tight, I'm going to do the same thing I did on the removal. And I'm just going to take an old bicycle inner tube, wrap it around the outer nut, and then I'm going to get a pair of channel locks and grip the inner tube with those. Grip it to torque it down. It doesn't specify a torque, so I'm just going to go little fast, sharp rising torque there. And so that should do that. And that's nice and installed, just like that. And over top of that, it's going to go the fork seal, which I'm going to have to go quick. Sorry, I said fork seal. This is actually the scraper seal. Looks just like that. And and then that's just going to go over top like so. You see there's a ridge right here on the outer nut, and then inside the fork seal it's got a little area that's got a wedge into that groove on the outer nut. There we go. I wasn't sure how long that was going to take, so I didn't want to subject you guys to the whole process. But there it is, fully installed, just like that. I'm going to put the other. I'm going to go off and put the other fork tube together, and then we're going to mount the new steering stem bearings, mount the triple trees and the steering stem into the frame, and put the forks in there. All right, so let's go ahead and install the steering stem, triple clamps, and the new bearing sets. The bottom bearing race is on the stem already, right here, along with the bearing. I'm just going to slide it up in there. That'll get seated in there pretty easily. I have already seated the upper race, the new upper bearing race. And we're just going to get that together. And I'll be right back. Alright, and just going to put the spanner nut on here. And we'll have to tighten that down a bit, and then we can install the top triple clamp. Alright, so then we get that installed. Top triple clamp slides on, and then there's a retaining bolt right there. It's got a tapered washer. Stick that taper side down, tighten that up, and then I have to brace this thing so top heavy now, front heavy, and we can start putting the fork tubes on. Alright, so I got the most of the front end together. I haven't serviced the forks yet. I thought I had some 5-weight fork oil on hand. I did not, so I'm going to have to pick some up and go ahead and service those later. I got the swing arm back on, and oil tank remounted, and there's the front fender bracket that I was talking about earlier, installed with the lower triple tree bolts. And down there I got some brand new rear shocks waiting to go on. The originals were shot. I'll kind of show you why. Here's the shock, and I'll compress it, and voila, it does nothing. So I had to get some new ones. Luckily I was able to find some on eBay that were almost exactly as stock OEM. And so I'll be making some more videos later to document the rear wheel and the rest of the bike going together.